Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more Let's Play Super Bomberman 2. Very quickly, I had some problems. I actually forgot to make a save state after doing the last video, so I had to redo everything I did in the last video before I recorded this one. Basically, the only thing that really happened, I guess you could say, was that instead of remote control bombs, I have spike bombs now. And then also, my score is probably a little different. Shouldn't be a big deal, but still kind of an inconvenience for me that I felt like mentioning, and then if someone was confused about why I had a certain power-up, well, that was your explanation. Anyways, a few things I need to quickly mention. I actually got a power-up while I was doing that, which is the Walk Over Bombs power-up. And what that does, whenever you lay a bomb, you can actually walk over it. Normally, you can't do that. So that power-up is kind of helpful. But in my opinion, I like the Walk Through Walls power-up a little more. We probably won't see that until the third world, though, so I'm not going to go into very much detail about that just yet. But otherwise, this level is pretty much completed. And now we are en route to the next level. Let me just blow up these walls. Well, not there. Let's blow up the walls here. I really hate those stupid candles. I hate how they just reform after a few seconds. They shouldn't do that, and it's also just very inconvenient that sometimes it takes like, just 2 seconds for them to reform. Other times it takes like 10 seconds. I hate how it's like so random like that. Anyways, here we are at level 2-5, which means that I should be able to actually finish this world in this video. I mean, I'm only at the 2-minute mark, but if I remember correctly, these next two levels aren't that long, so yeah, we'll probably see the third world in this video as well, so hooray for that. The bosses for this world are actually, I wouldn't say they're like easy, but they don't take very long to destroy, and I'll explain why when we actually get there. It's kind of obvious why, but still, I'll just mention that later. Anyways, trying to defeat this stupid guy who won't get out of the way. Anyways, we got the switch. That should be all the switches. Gonna have to get rid of this thing. And there we go. Level completed. Level completed without too much difficulty. Okay, level 2-6. This is the level I talked about earlier, where you have to actually activate the furnaces, so don't be alarmed, you have to do it, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I think you can actually avoid turning on the furnaces if you have the throwing power-up, but I obviously do not have that right now, so I can't show you how you would go about doing that, but still. Okay, so, here's the furnace. I gotta start it so I can actually blow that wall up. Then I have to go down here, destroy that switch. Then destroy this switch. Gotta wait for the furnace to activate first, though. Then all I gotta do is destroy this switch, and I can actually continue on now. One thing that's kind of helpful about this furnace is that it actually can destroy some of the enemies up here, if you're lucky enough. Didn't quite destroy this guy, but still. It hit him once of the 2 times I'm supposed to hit him, so that's always nice. To get at least, one free shot on him. Having a little trouble finishing him off, though. Come on. Then after we defeat him, we have to go through this very long process of activating all these stupid switches. There we go. And I do apologize if it was kind of laggy right there. It doesn't really help that the furnace is going on and off like that. But there we go, level 2-6 completed. Now we have the bosses to take care of. And I actually did check online like I promised I would. This guy is called Golem Bomber. I was correct. His name is Golem Bomber. The specialty about him is his bombs, they have a lot of firepower, but unfortunately for him, he's very, very slow, so sometimes he'll accidentally walk into range of the bomb. And he also has a very slow reaction time when he's moving, so sometimes he'll, you know, try to move out of the way, but he won't have enough time to actually move out of the way, so... He's very simple, not very hard to deal with. You shouldn't have really any problem with him. You could almost, you know, just stay out of his range and then let him destroy himself. He's really that easy. The third boss is kind of like that too, but that's more because of the bombs that boss will use. Anyways, we're getting kind of close. This is kind of taking a long time though. So let's move up here, and uh-oh, that's not good. But thankfully we destroyed him, so let's actually move on to the main boss level. And I already grabbed the heart in this level. I grabbed it during the fight, and I didn't get hit, so I should have a shield going into this battle, which is nice. And let's do it. This is Golem Bomber's machine. This is a giant fireball shooting machine. Every now and then it'll stop and shoot fireballs up into the sky. And sometimes the fireballs will try to land on the ground where you're standing. And when they do land on the ground, they act like a bomb with the maximum amount of firepower, so be careful, try not to get hit by those, and to stay out of range of those, because they are kind of nasty to deal with. But the good part about them is they will do damage to Golem Bomber himself, so that really makes this battle a lot easier than the first boss battle. But try to stay near the bottom of the screen, not the top of the screen, because sometimes I find when you're at the top of the screen, you can't see where the fireballs are, and sometimes that can screw you really badly in this fight, so just be careful. But thankfully I did it with very little problem. Well, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, Golem Bomber is defeated, and now we're moving on to the third world of this game. The Castle World. The boss of this world is Pretty Bomber, but we'll deal with her much later. We have a few levels I'm going to do before I end the video. Now, this is probably my favorite world in the game, just because of the design of the world, and then also some of the mechanics you have to use in this world. So yeah, I've always kind of liked this world. And the power-up I just got, and it's kind of weird because I expected to get this power-up much earlier in the game, but I got the bomb kicking power-up, which basically allows you to, you know, lay a bomb, and then you can actually kick it forward. It's a very useful technique. Just be careful that, like, it doesn't, you know, explode you in the process. Make sure you don't take too long to actually kick it, and then you should be okay. Anyways, those purple enemies that I just destroyed, the only way to destroy those enemies is by hitting that brown switch on the middle of the island, the one that's kind of, you know, in a green square. Once you destroy that, all those enemies should die, so you shouldn't have any problem with that. And then also, something else for Pretty Bomber's levels. Well, I'm actually riding in this little guy's machine. These little machines, they don't actually do anything. Like, they don't give you, like, really any power-ups or anything, but it does give you a free hit, so if you get hit while you're in one of these little machines, it acts kind of like a heart. But they really don't do anything besides that, and if anything, they actually slow you down a little bit. But anyways, getting back to the switches of this level, and, or this world, they're not actually in this level, though, so, the door switches for this world, they work a little bit differently than the other switches, because, if you hit them after you already activate them, you'll turn them off again, so, like, you can't explode them twice. However, once you, activate all the switches, you can't actually turn them off anymore, so, yeah, that's how the switches of this level work. Anyways, this level is a two-parter, so we'll use the cannon to fire ourselves across this level. And then we also have to hit those two other switches so we can get rid of these stupid purple guys. There actually are no door switches in this level. This might actually be the first level in the game that doesn't have a door switch. But you do have to defeat the enemies, though. And there we go, level completed, and holy crap, I am out of time, so I think I'm actually going to end the video right here. So, this is SlimKirby. This has been Let's Play Super Bomberman 2. See you guys next time for hopefully when we finish the rest of World 3. If not, we'll get close.